Benjamin Franklin Lyon was born on September 9th, 1902 in Tarkington Prairie, Texas, not very far from where we're at. And as a young child, him and his family packed up their bags, hitched up the horse and buggy, and they moved on down to the big city here, which is Cleveland, Texas, which is where we're currently at right now. So the family comes here and they set up shop, and Benjamin, affectionately known as Benny to his friends and loved ones, was described as a child growing up into a teenager, into a young man, as a very cheerful young lad with a good disposition. Okay, he was very thoughtful, and he always said yes, ma'am, and no, sir. And he was always looking to help his fellow man, right? He was a member of the Boys Aid Society, okay? And when he got a little bit older, there was another organization that he joined. It was called the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah, the Ku Klux Klan. So he joins the Cluckers, the KKK, and he gets his robe, and he gets his membership card, and he gets a cool belt buckle that says KKK. Quite a proud man to be in the KKK. And Benny would go to weekly or, the monthly mandatory meetings. You can't miss this meeting because this one's important, okay? This one requires a big cross. So Benny would grow up, unfortunately, not to a very old age. No. So on September 7th, 1925, Benny, he's very, very close to turning the age of 23. However, he wouldn't. So he's at his pressing shop, and I don't know what happened, but his pressing machine caught on fire. And I don't know if he was trying to put out the fire or he couldn't escape, but he sadly died in that fire. They had took him to the hospital, but there was nothing that they could do for him. He had been severely burned over his entire body. It was a sad day in Cleveland, Texas for the Lyon family and the KKK. Okay, guys, a lot of K's in this video. There's gonna be more K's in this video than most. So they did his funeral about a couple days later, right? So at this cemetery, exactly damn near to the time of this recording, 100 years ago, a little over 100 years ago, there was about 100 KKK guys, and they were in their robes and their costumes and their crosses. It was a sad time, but the KKK, they're a resilient group, right? These guys, they sometimes, they just say, we got to get together and celebrate the life of young Benjamin, or Benny, Franklin Lyon. And they had his funeral right here. This is his final resting place. Of course, it says KKK right there. Let everybody know. Hey, I like this because he lets everybody know what he's about. And his marker says, earth has no sorrow that heaven cannot heal. Comforting thought. This is the second KKK grave I've ever seen. I posted a video on TikTok of a KKK grave, and they banned my video. So I'm probably not going to upload this on TikTok. Actually, don't even go to TikTok. Don't bother with TikTok. Just stay right where you're at. So on the day of his funeral, they had buried him in his KKK robe, and they laid him to rest right where I'm standing. So about 6 feet down, right there is 22-year-old Benjamin Franklin Lyon, and shrouded over his bones is that KKK robe. Now, from what I heard, a friend telling a friend, is that this guy, he would literally give you his last dollar and give the shirt off his back, as long as you were white. Because if you're black, he's gonna want to give you something else, and it ain't no T-shirt, that's for sure. But nonetheless, rest in peace. It's a different world out there today, and some people claim that the KKK is still alive. Still alive. Still alive. Still alive. Now, I don't know about you guys, but you know, when I travel across the country, I can't avoid these KKK guys because they're everywhere. I mean, I almost ran over 7 of them yesterday. Catch up with you later, Benny. Now, let's be honest, guys. Has anyone ever seen a member of the KKK? The last time I seen a member of the KKK was on the Jerry Springer show. Now, that is not to laugh about something that is a dark part of our nation's history. But, you know, sometimes I hear these people, the KKK is still alive. And I'm like, dude, has anyone actually seen a KKK member, like, in real life? Now, I know that the story had gone viral of some KKK guys a couple years ago trying to get the permitting to get a parade, right? I don't know if they actually got the permit or not, but, you know, listen. Deep down, I know some of you guys, you know, you think I'm crazy or whatever, but I'm actually a supporter of the KKK. Yeah, that is right. I didn't stutter. Now, I don't support their ideology. I mean, that wouldn't be good for me. But, you know, I do support their free speech. So, good or bad, you need guys like that in the world to kind of show you how stupid people can be. Anyways, I'm gonna walk around here. I'm just stopping, stretching my legs, gonna walk. I know there was a grave here that was in my folder of stories to do. This right here is Ruby Williams. To her left is her son Billy, and to her right is her husband Clarence. They all died in an automobile accident on July 14th, 1956. 2 other people also died in that same accident. Somebody was driving down the highway, and sideswiped a car, causing a 4-car crash. And 2 other people also died in that wreckage. They eventually did catch the person who caused the accident because he sped away because he was scared to face the consequences of what he did. Inattentive driving, worse now than ever because we all have phones. But even back in those days, a 19-year-old dude driving down the road, probably looking at something, just not paying attention, caused the deaths of 5 people. Goodbyes are not forever. Goodbyes are not the end. They simply mean I'll miss you until we meet again.